What's up, everybody? Celtic Scarecrow here, back with our video with those 10s and 20 views. As you see, I'm not in my Panthers hoodie. I'm actually in a Pittsburgh Penguins hoodie. I should be gearing up for the playoffs, but for the third straight year, the Penguins have failed to make the playoffs. I'm not blaming the star power, maybe Malkin a little bit. It's more defense and goaltending. A lot of goaltending issues up there. But no, you saw the title. This is my WrestleMania predictions, hopes, and issues. Basically what it is I'm going to tell you my issues with WrestleMania, my predictions of the matches, and the hope of the, fallout. Starting off with the issue I have with WrestleMania 41, and that is the simple fact of it's a two-night card. I am not a fan of mega pay-per-views or two-night cards. Like, I do not need a 6.5 hour, 5.5 hour pay-per-view. WrestleMania, I can go with a little bit longer on WrestleMania. But you don't need these super long pay-per-views, and you do not need to split them into two nights, because, much like the past couple of years, you don't have enough storyline and big matches to fill two nights. If they were to condense this down into like one night, it would definitely have a fantastic card, which might go a little long, but the matches would warrant it. Like, I'm just going to list off a few matches that, granted, have not been watching Raw, have not been watching SmackDown, so I'm not sure how much people love this. This is just a feel. The Rey Mysterio El Grande Americano should be a Raw after show. Yes, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. Yes, it's a big match. Yes, it has big match feel. Most times this wouldn't have been on one of those cards. It's not for a title. It's not for this. So there's that. Then you also got AJ Styles, Logan Paul. That match realistically shouldn't be on the card. It's like the women's tag match. I haven't heard anything about that to really give that the card. And same with the men's tag matches. Like, Jay and Naomi, kind of, but yeah, that's another match you can kind of scrap. If this card was literally Gunther Jay, LA Knight, Jacob Fatu, Charlotte Tiffany, Io Bianca Rhea, the Intercontinental Fatal 4-Way, and the championship match, those 6 matches on one card, this match card would be amazing. Yeah, maybe you throw in the AJ Styles Logan Paul match to kind of break things up. Yeah, maybe you throw in the Rey El Grande Americano match to just break up the flow. You're not just getting like mega match, kind of a little slope down. And also, before I get too far deep into this is for all the uber sensitive wrestling fans that are out there who are hating on Roman Reigns because he decided to vote for Trump, hating on like CM Punk for working for a MAGA company, hating on like just wrestlers for having real world lives and personal opinions. You can go fuck yourself. Right there. Do I agree with everything CM Punk says and politically and all that stuff? I am nowhere near the same as him. He's allowed to do it, and guess what? He's allowed to wrestle. He's a good wrestler. Let him do it. Same thing with Roman, same thing with Cena. Everybody on this card, outside I think maybe like 4 or 5 of them, are American citizens who have the right to their own opinion. Even the non-Americans. You're in America. They have a right to their own opinion. Let it be. Alright, now down to predictions. Starting off with the World Heavyweight Championship match, Jey Uso versus Gunther. Small issue here. Jey Uso won the Rumble. Doesn't that mean he gets a title shot in the main event? Like, why did he not get this? Why is he getting the Naito treatment? Naito won the G1 was supposed to get the main event of a pay-per-view versus, I think it was, might have been Nakamura, but Okada and the Ace of Japan, I forget his name right now, they flopped to that match, the Intercontinental match, because that was the bigger draw. So Jay's getting screwed, and also, once again, the women's Rumble winner is not in the main event of a two-night thing. So, that being said, I think what's going to happen here is Gunther is going to win. I think the only reason why Jay won is they had plans in mind of the whole Cena Cody thing, and they didn't want to give Punk the Rumble win because it would have been better for Punk to go after Cody. The more obvious pick would have been Punk Cody. It's the big name thing. They had nothing really planned for Gunther to give Jay the win. Gunther picks up a big Rumble victory and can keep moving forward. Also, I hope at the end of night 2, also keeping it on Gunther would make a lot of sense. Next up is the Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. People are upset that El Grande Americano is from the Gulf of America. He's supposed to be a heel meme rib. That's exactly what it's supposed to be. Should have left it alone. The winner of this match honestly depends on how much of a long-term booking you're doing. If you're doing like a 3-part saga where we all know it's Chad Gable, we're pretty sure about that. We're 99.99999% sure about that. If you're going with this, El Grande picks up the first one, kind of keeps moving forward angle. Yeah, you can do another one set up for a second match at SummerSlam, I think would be the next one. And then Survivor Series, another rubber match, which would be Mask versus Mask. I'm going Rey. I think there'll probably be some shenanigans that causes Chad Gable to go under the ring and somebody else's comes out under the mask. So when they remove the mask, it's not Chad Gable. It'd be kind of a cool thing. But I am going Rey. Next up is the World Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders versus the New Day. I still hate the fact that they're the War Raiders. They should have been War Machine. It's like, it's because Marvel came out, they pretty much lost that right. I do not like how War Raiders have been booked ever. Like, I watched them versus Keith Lee and somebody else. I can't remember his name right now, back in ROH. And they put on like a great match. And also with the New Day, I thought their contracts was up. I did a whole video talking about how all their contracts were supposedly up in December, and there's no reports that they're re-signing. So, what I think is going to happen, what I hope is going to happen, prediction is the War Raiders are going to win. And Big E is going to be the reason why they lose. Pretty simple. I think he's going to be like pop out, start dancing. The New Day is going to be distracted and cause victory. Hopefully, the fallout of this match is the New Day do something where they challenge again for the titles, but if they lose, they leave. Type scenarios. This is a way for the New Day to kind of fade off into the sunset. They put over another tag team on the way out, kind of like wrap up their story, because their whole heel turn got hijacked by John Cena. So, also, I think there's too many heel tag teams. Next up is the Jade Cargill versus Naomi match. I don't know why this is even on WrestleMania. I really do like Jade. Back when she was in AEW, she had the look. Her in-ring work is, but she's getting better from what I've heard, so I'm not going to rip that. Yeah, also, a SmackDown is literally starting. The Street Profits versus Motor City Machine Guns tag team match that realistically could have replaced this match. I'm going Jade because WWE is trying to book her to be a next level star. It makes sense for her to get the big win. Then we got the U.S. Championship, L.A. Knight, versus Jacob Fatu. Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa are making their appearance. Oh, LA Knight's attacking Tama Tonga as we speak. I'm talking about this match. SmackDown just started, and he just took out Tama. Oh, Tama got his hand slammed. I did too, but not bad. I really like Tama Tonga. I wish they did more with him. I'm going LA Knight because Solo gets involved. I think Solo's going to get involved. I think Jacob's going to have the match well in hand. And then Solo's going to do something that's going to cause Jacob to lose. And then it's going to be this whole decaying of Tama looking over being like, what the hell are you doing? And all this other shenanigans. So it's like, alright, cool. I think you set up a better long-term story with Jacob losing. I will not be pissed if he gets the title. That man's awesome. Then we got the Women's Championship match. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. All I know about this is Tiffany basically mocked Charlotte for her third divorce, this one with Andrade. And Charlotte was not happy. And Charlotte's a Flair. So it's, do you put over your young star to help build a career, or do you push a Flair? And unfortunately, history has told us they're going to push a Flair. I think Charlotte Flair is going to win. I think she's going to come back as this dominant champion, the female John Cena, basically, of wrestling, and all this. So, yeah, I'm going Charlotte Flair on that one. Next up, we have the main event of night one, which I do not really consider a main event because you're not the final match. And the man who's actually on my television is involved in this match is Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. This match I see going in, just like my camera, many directions. Focus, damn it. If Roman wins, it reestablishes him as the tribal chief, the big threat. He just beat Punk and Seth. Punk wins. That should line him up with a new title shot. Punk gets his big main event moment. He'll probably then challenge Cena or Cody. That would be the next logical step of the path line. After maybe someone like Randy Orton setup. And if Seth wins, Seth can get pushed to that back to that main event title. But with that being said, I think best long-term booking wise, it's CM Punk winning. Now it's kind of stupid because, like, you know, Punk's old. I saw an interview recently saying Roman's like not sure. He probably has 3-4 years left in him. And you got Seth Rollins, who's, in my opinion, not a good fit anymore for WWE. I think he'd be better off in AEW, to be honest. So it's like, but you have Seth was just champion. If he wins, he would go after Gunther. And if you have him beat Gunther, that kind of hurts Gunther's status because it's like you only beat Seth because he wasn't 100%. And if Roman wins, he's then just going to turn around and go after Cena or Cody because, you know, Cena teamed up with The Rock and Cody took the title from him. Punk, on the other hand, you can have a big match that either really establishes Gunther or it's Cody, Cena, and Punk, which is the headline draw. That's why I'm going Punk to end night one. Moving over to night, also match of the night, in my opinion, I'm gonna give this out now, is LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. I think that match is gonna steal the show. I think it's gonna be great, as long as like the weird outside interference is done minimally. I think it's gonna be great. Next up, moving on to night two. We got the women's championship match, triple threat: Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. Don't know much about the story build of this. I did watch What Culture Wrestling and Wrestle Talks predictions, kind of get a feel where I was going to go for this. And I think the smart move is Io wins and pins Rhea. Because the whole storyline, from what like I said, hearing just from other predictions, it's a Bianca Rhea rivalry, and Io's just kind of there because she's the champion. You don't want to ever make someone look bad, especially bad with the belt. You can easily do it where Io's kind of gets shots in here and there. She's small and resilient, but these two much bigger, much stronger female athletes beat the crap out of each other. To a point where Io just kind of hides for a while and then sneaks in, takes the pin, and I say she pins Rhea because Bianca's been saying, "Oh, I have not been pinned at WrestleMania," and you could say the only reason why I kind of lost, and she didn't technically lose that match. She just didn't win, which would kind of continue the Rhea Bianca Belair storyline, so they can go at each other again to see who then takes on Io Sky later. Next up is the AJ Styles Logan Paul match. My issue with Logan Paul, besides being in my opinion, a self-centered jackass in real life, the way he talks is why I think that. His brother spends more time boxing and put a lot more energy into that. He says he can beat him in boxing. Him and his brother think they could take on the Tate brothers in a real fight, where the Tate brothers actually did Muay Thai, kickboxing, and MMA. And the fact that he's like trying this he only comes around for pay-per-views. It's like, dude, you have not put in the time and effort to get to that status. And it's AJ Styles. I am a huge AJ Styles fan. I think if you only have a few more good years left of Styles winning could set up a very entertaining Styles Gunther match, Styles Cena match, and a Styles Cody match. Put him back towards that main event title. I think it'd be great. So I'm going AJ there. Next up is the Women's Tag Team Championship of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, a.k.a. the Judgment Day, versus Bayley and Laura Valkyrie. I'm going the ladies of the Judgment Day. I'm a big fan of Bayley. I also think she should go to AEW. I think she would have more better matches there. And give her a new set of opponents, to be honest. But I think with them winning, going into the next match would set up the storyline so beautifully. It's like almost like that match isn't there to progress the women's tag title. It's progressed the fall of the Judgment Day. Which leads us to the Intercontinental Fatal 4-Way. Champion Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn versus Dom. I see this ending one of three ways. Way one, and I'm okay with any of these guys winning, but I only see three ways it's going to end. And I'll go with the most entertaining one for the last one. Way one is Braun pins Dom or Finn. I don't think Penta picks up the fall here. But Braun Breaker wins. He looks dominant. He can establish himself as the big-time Intercontinental title. Establish the Intercontinental title as a legit belt for a long term. Maybe he turns into Plan C, a TNA reference, if you get that. And just continues being a great Intercontinental champion. Cool. But if you're looking for long-term storytelling, and Seth's outfit is distracting me, is Finn or Dom wins by pinning the other. I can see this as one of two ways. Braun Breaker's on a Grand Prix. He ends up, taking out Penta. He spears Dom. But Finn comes off the top rope to save Dom with the coup de grace, but then turns around and pins Dom. Which establishes the whole, hey, I beat you, this doing the title. Vice versa, I would love to see if it's no Braun Breaker. Dom takes out Penta and they both stumble out of the ring. Braun spears the living hell out of Finn. No, Finn takes out Penta. Braun spears him, and then Dom takes out, throws Braun out of the ring and gets a quick pin. And then it's like, look, I won the title because I beat you, which is just going to cause a divide. And then, realistically, with the collapse of the Judgment Day and kind of the collapse of the Bloodline, there is this weird element of you could get Finn Balor looking for a new group. He has his old friend and his brother sitting there with AJ Styles to kind of make this makeshift Bullet Club group once again with, two of the founding members. Who knows? But I definitely think I would be more entertained with either Finn or Dom winning, because it sets up so many more storylines, and that's realistically what you want. It also frees Braun up to kind of go on a rampage, because we all know you get a Braun Breaker Gunther title match is going to be great, and I'll be very entertained to watch that. Next up is a Sin City street fight. I'm just going to stop right there. I hate when they try to name, it's the Sin City Street Fight, it's a Brooklyn Ball, it's a whatever, because they're wherever. It's a stupid thing. It's just called a street fight between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. Also, caveat, if Dom wins, kicks Finn out, Finn can go try to apologize with Damian. That's another storyline angle. I have no wear or care of this. I'm going to just give the one to Drew, because I think we all owe Drew a big apology. How much time and energy he put in during COVID era, and he never got his big main event, big title run in front of crowds. Also, if Cena wins, I did see this one, I think, from What Culture. Cena starts facing a lot of the guys he beat and kept down as mid-card, and Drew is one of those guys. And last but not least, it's the WWE Championship between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. I have a hope for this match. I called this to my coworkers a while back. Are they doing is WWE ripping off AEW by doing the Daniel Bryan I'll retire once I leave, once I lose storyline? Maybe. I'm not sure. I am going, if Cody wins, he beats Cody. Cool. He beats John, has a great notch in his belt, establishes himself even more as champion. But I see a small issue. Where do you go from there? Where does the Rock Cena storyline go from there? Where does the Rock Cena Cody Roman storyline go from there? I don't see. It's like, oh, Cody won, cool. He could face CM Punk, would be a great match. He could face Braun Breaker, but then Cody almost then turns into the John Cena, because it's like, he just beat John Cena. There's no way that next guy is going to beat him, because it's John Cena at his final WrestleMania. You would kill all momentum Cody has. So, but if you go John Cena winning, which I am, I think this could set up a very entertaining year. One, John will fight anybody, and he'll help. Even by beating them, he'll make them look good. So it's like, if John Cena wins, well, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns would be a decent opponent. Be like, oh, acknowledge me versus Super Cena. Like, you can literally have Super Cena's final run, where he's kind of like taking people out. And it's like, and you can kind of put him in, you can then test out, hey, is this guy main event worthy? Yeah, they're not going to beat John, but it's like, hey, let's put him in there with Braun Breaker. Let's see how he handles the quick wit John. Hey, let's put, I'm trying to look through it, LA Knight in a rank with John Cena. Let's put Gunther, which ties to a different thing I have. All these people, and he's like, hey, let's get them in there with Cena to see if they're on that level for Cena. Now, like I said, one thing I would hope, and this is something I have an issue with, and I've always had an issue with, and Cena might be the perfect guy to do this with. I hate the fact that there's multiple big belts. I've hated that. I hate the fact there's 2 tag team championships for men and women's tag team. And I hate the fact that there's 2 women's championships. Because this card is kind of proving it. Why is only one of the men and women's tag team titles on this thing? Why isn't Chelsea Green defending her United States title on this card? Like all these matches, those are 3 titles that aren't on this card because there are multiple titles. I think, I would hope, and I would want, if John Cena wins, to run out the clock and be a heel move to retire the WWE undisputed WWE Championship, and just have one big belt be the World Heavyweight Championship. And then, so what that would do is now that person now would have to work both shows, which means you would just have the main guy, and then you just slowly kind of bleed away the other tag teams. You bleed away the women's champion. You fuse all these titles. Like, if they can get, even with it being on SmackDown, SmackDown being on USA Network, and Netflix being on Netflix, one real champion would help so much more. One, there's no debate of who's the real best wrestler in the company. Right now, you can make the argument it's either Gunther or Cody. They both have a title at the same ranking. Now, if it's just one, you're done with it. You have your main event guy. This also means you can set up so many more storylines of you want a quote-unquote SmackDown guy to be your World Heavyweight Champion. You want the Raw guys want it because it's like, hey, I'm on this show, therefore I'm going to put a little more effort into this show. Ray Phoenix looks so much smaller than I remember him in AEW. SmackDown's on. I think the same thing with the tag team title belts. The tag team title belts would have to, every champion that's not like the U.S. or Intercontinental, which I would have zero issue with them creating a women's Intercontinental Championship belt, should be a dual show. Like, you are the best tag team, then face all the tag teams. You're the best female wrestler, face all the female wrestlers. Don't be like, I am the best female wrestler on Raw. I'm the best female wrestler on SmackDown. Just be the best. That's it. But, like I said, that's it. That's all I have. I should be live right now. Not live now. I'll be live tonight. Watching WrestleMania. Doing a live watch along / reaction. I'll give the match grades and my opinions as the night goes along. But that's it. I'll see you weird people later.